Okay, two things before we get rolling here. Yes, the horn looks ridiculous, and yes, I was too lazy to refilm it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the 260Z build. On this episode, I wanted to start out by talking about a new plan of action that we have. So, the engine actually didn't start when we tried to do that last episode. If you were able to watch the last episode. If not, I would definitely suggest, go checking it out. We get disappointed. That's always good. So because the engine didn't start, we had to come up with an entirely new plan. So what we ended up coming up with was that we were going to cut out the rusty, nasty floors, and clean up all that area, try to get rid of as much rust in that area as we possibly can, and then weld in some custom floors. Another thing we started working on is removing the back bumper, because we're actually going to do a back bumper delete for now. Bumper itself is in pretty rough shape, so just trying to tuck it would actually be an immense amount of work. So we're going to delete it, keep the bumper, maybe work on that later down the road if we want to hug it up to the body, because I think that looks pretty, they both look really, really good. So either way, we can't go wrong. So as you can infer, because the engine seized and it was a terrible engine to start out with anyway, we're going to go ahead and engine swap it. Now that's going to happen later down the line, and we've got to go find one, and one that fits, as well as depending on what engine we get, we're going to have to end up having some kind of adapter kit and new transmissions, custom drive shaft, all that stuff, as well as getting a new differential, because anything with any horsepower, big horsepower like what we wanted to put in it is going to shred that diff. So we got to find a new differential to put back there, as well as I'm sure we're going to have to do some sort of custom drive shaft. So it's going to be an extensive process that y'all can definitely look forward to later in the build. So until we find the engine we want, we're going to be doing things like cutting out all the rust spots. There's plenty of them. Our rear bumper delete, like I mentioned earlier. We're going to be looking at either a harness bar, possibly a roll cage, just depending on what we think is feasible. And that way, when we do find the engine and everything else, we'll be able to drop it in and hopefully drive it around. So with all that being said, let's get to the video. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the 260Z build. On today's episode, we're going to be working on getting the rest of the adhesive off the back strut towers, getting the nasty gunk and whatnot off of the trans tunnel, and cutting out the rusted through parts of the floor pan. So as y'all remember, last time we threw a little bit of goo gone in there, and we've let it sit for about 3 days. So we're going to spray some more, and then we're going to get the power washer out and just absolutely blast it. See, there's a huge hole, so we're just going to cut it from here down, foot, right underneath the pedals, and across. The good thing is because I'm a tall guy, so when I set in this originally, they had like these 3-inch lifts for the it's pretty high up there where they put the chair rails, and then you have the chair rails, and then you have the seat. So my head ended up being about that far from the top, which is not necessarily the safest thing. So what's going to be really nice is be able to make some custom ones. So I'll be down about another 2.5 inches, and so my head will be, instead of being this close to the ceiling, it'll be normal height off the ceiling. And yeah, just an update. We've got Kate over here taking the
taking the back bumper off so that we can go ahead and have that done, ready to rock and roll. Right now I'm trying to pull out all this wiring. I don't know why. We gotta rewire the whole car anyway, but that way we can power wash over on the, oh, I don't know what was happening. That way we can power wash the inside again, all this goo gone. Hopefully we can get all this stuff going, get done, and then we're gonna start trying to cut out the floor pan. So stick around, because this is what we're doing. So far, Kate has taken the bumper off of the Z. Well, the first part anyway. We got a little bit more to go, and I think it's gonna look really good. So she did an incredible job. We've gotten all the goo gone and all that stuff in there. Now, we're power washing all of it out. So the goo gone didn't work as well, as wondrous as we hoped. But the simple green definitely got up with a lot of extra dirt we didn't get the first time, which is gonna be nice. And then the power washer is actually getting rid of a lot of the insulation that I wasn't able to get off first go around. So ready to rock and roll for cutting the floor pan. Okay, so the next thing we gotta do is start cutting out the floor pan. So we've got angle grinder, discount Harbor Freight, it's always good. Gloves, eye protection, which is always crucial. And because we have so much rust, I got a respirator. So I look like an alien while I do this, but it'll be totally worth it. So let's get to it. So far we've gutted out a little bit of it and started cutting out the floor pan, and it is about as rough a shape as we thought. There's where the trans tunnel is supposed to be. Supposed to start at least. So we're cutting it about right here, because that's where I finally found some good metal. And then we're gonna come down here, across, and then flush it up on this edge right here. And down here. Yeah, have it all the way across here, down, or I guess up here. Anyway. As y'all can see, the driver's side floor pan is gone. Just gotta clean up the edges a little bit. Okay guys, we just finished cutting out the driver's side floor pan. It's been a long day, so we're gonna clean up here and call it a day. Hey guys, we're back for a second day to work on the 260Z. We gotta cut out the passenger side floor pan. Hopefully we can do that before we get rained out, which had already started raining. So we'll see how that goes. So we got both sides out. We gotta trim them out, but before we do that, we're gonna pull the dash out because it's actually in pretty decent shape. And then we'll get to flat disc everything, and then we've got somewhat of a plan to install the new floor, and all of that soon to come. Guys, that ends another episode of the 260Z build. We got floor pan cut out and the rear bumper delete started off. It's been a lot of work over the past couple of days, and make sure to, if you like the video, to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Alright, perfect.
Stay frosty, bros.
Yeah, stay frosty, or don't. Whatever. You do you.
Oh, that's it. That's the outro, bro.